And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
Good evening, everyone. Sorry for the delayed start. We had a few mishaps, but we're here. Thank you for your patience in joining us tonight. As you know, I am your bartender, Dory Lou, and joining me today, I never did do this the right way. I got to remember it's a mirror. Our fluffy Madden god, Zach. How
I
you
am
doing,
here.
hun?
I am good. It's great. I'm at work with my favorite bartender in the entire world. You know, let's talk some good old sports.
Good old sports. Okay, so we've got a rundown here. We're going to be starting with golf and the PGA Tour. Um, yeah. I did a little bit more digging into some of these, and the top 10 of the 127 men on this tour, um, John Ram has continued in his number one spot. He's also the favorite for the Mexico Open, which is happening this coming weekend, with Finau, Wyndham Clark, and Davis Riley following up. There's a long shot on a gentleman named Francesco Molinari, but we'll see what happens. So again, our top 10 right there. We wish all of our athletes the best of luck, but go USA teams.
I was there this weekend. I was there Sunday at the Zurich Classic.
How was it?
It was amazing. Just the experience of a PGA Tour event live was just out of this world. It wasn't like fully a lot of the top 100 because different people get to pick different things. So it was a lot of amateurs, but still at the same time, it was very exciting to be at a major event live. So I
Cool.
enjoyed myself.
Very good. About the only golf I truly do is mini golf, putt golf. And I've actually gone out. It's been several years. I actually went out with my dad and my uncle and a couple of other relatives. I more or less played caddy that day, but I kind of enjoyed that part of the experience. One of these days, we'll see. Maybe I'll actually go to a driving range and see what I can do.
I bet you would be really good at it too.
We'll see. All right, now to the ladies, the LPGA. Again, we've got 143 ladies on this tour. The top 10 are coming up right here. It's a little tough to see this one, so I'll go ahead and cover it here real quick. I'm going to go backwards though. Number 10. Oh, I'm wondering. My leaderboard is a little bit different, so let's go here. Our number one then is Lilia Vu is our top lady currently. She just won her first major tournament at the Chevron Champion playoffs, and that was this past weekend. The ladies are going to Los Angeles this weekend for the JM Eagle Los Angeles Championship. And right now she's actually number 17 out of 20 in the world rankings. There we go. A little tribute to our ladies. We want to make sure our ladies are getting acknowledged just as well as our gentlemen. All right. Moving
Absolutely.
on. Yes. Let's see. From golf, because I do have a working order here. Oh, sorry, guys. From golf, we are moving on to the ATP, which is our tennis. We got the men's tennis. And currently, our top men, there hasn't been too many changes here. So, Jovic, I can't remember if we figured out how to say his name. Djokovic is remaining in. Yeah, he's remaining in first place. As you can see on the stream here or on the shot here, that Medvedev has gone up one spot to number 3, while Ruud from Norway has dropped down to 4th place. No other changes here. Mr. Fritz is still number 10 from the USA. Let's go USA. Although, again, respect to all these players for what they put forth to be these pro athletes in these tournaments. For the women, do I have the women? Thank you. No changes yet. I believe they are playing this weekend. They have a tour coming up tournament's coming up this weekend. Iga Swiatek is still just kicking butt out there. She's from Poland and she's been doing phenomenal. They've got nothing but good things to say about this lady in women's tennis. We have a couple of women from the USA that are part of the top 10. Jessica Pegula, number 3, and Coco Gauff at number 6. And we wish all of them the best in their upcoming shows or their upcoming tournaments. All right. Anything on tennis there, Fluffy Madden God?
Coco Gauff is just amazing. She is truly the next. She has the potential to be the next Serena or Venus. As long as she stays focused. She stays focused, it stays on the path she's on, she's got a really good chance to get up there. And that girl's got some major skills. And she's really young. She's only 22.
I saw that.
The sky is the limit for her.
Yeah. So again, the staying focused, which is for most of us the hardest part for anything. Keeping focused and keeping that ultimate goal in mind and paving that path. All right. So go Coco. We expect to see really good things from you. Okay, we're going to jump on over to FIFA and soccer. We've got the men's overall rankings here, and this is where each country is currently standing. We've got Argentina in first place, France in second, Brazil's third, followed by Belgium, England, the Netherlands, Croatia, Italy, Portugal, and I believe that is Spain. Because I kept the initials here on my notes and didn't do anything else with it. Where is my note on that? They have, hold on 1 second. I just lost my note. I've got it right here. Give me a second and I will tell you what's going on coming up next with soccer. That is women's. I need the men's. Sorry, guys. I had my notes and things happen. We've got...
Usually they are not, Mike.
Okay, yes, Spain. That's what I thought. And no, the Greeks are not in the top 10. Sorry. But everything changes day to day, week to week. FIFA has recently announced that Indonesia was supposed to be a host, but that has been pulled. Indonesia is no longer going to be a host country. Argentina will host the Under-20 Soccer World Cup instead. There was something else I had in this, and I can't remember now. My notes got a little waterlogged here, so I'm deciphering some of it here as well. I apologize for that. I had a cup that actually ended up having a tiny hole in the bottom, and everything went through. But that's okay. We're going to get this through. Lionel Messi lifted the World Trophy with Argentina in Qatar after guiding his country to their third senior men's trophy back in December. The World Cup finals in 2030 will be either Uruguay, Chile, or Paraguay. And that is for
pretty countries too.
I've seen beautiful pictures. One of these days after I win the lottery, I'm going to get my passport and travel and photograph this stuff and have these memories. I hope. Fingers crossed. I got to play the lottery to win though, right? We're going to jump over to the Women's World Cup for FIFA. And there's our good old US of A. We are number one. Our women are just kicking butt in football, as it's known throughout the rest of the world. Then we've got Germany, Sweden, England, France, Canada, our lovely neighbors, Spain, the Netherlands, Brazil, and Australia. And from what I'm hearing, Australia, although they're currently 10th place, is another team that is not to be messed with. And we know Brazil as a whole. their Greeks did not invent soccer. Maybe they did. But Brazil is known as the soccer capital of the world. So
Oh yeah,
deal with it, Mikey.
that's all they do all day. They play soccer and they make things. I mean, what else do you expect?
Exactly. Again, I cannot keep my words together today. I apologize, folks. So we have a lots going on right now. One of the things we've got going on is the NBA tournament. We've got the playoff brackets here. What's going on currently? I'm actually a little bit excited about some of these results, although my teams are not necessarily doing the best. We still have Denver and Minnesota. Denver is leading that series 3-1. Let me do this so I can actually see my notes. Zach, help me out with this because I'm blanking.
Okay.
Is it 4th and 5th?
The Suns and the Clippers.
Thank you.
Phoenix is up in that series 3-1.
And I see the Sacramento Kings have tied up Golden State Warriors 2-2 for that series. I'm going to say go Sacramento.
There's
Go
a
Kings.
lot of controversy.
When isn't there controversy somewhere?
Yeah.
There's always controversy happening somewhere. And my adopted hometown of Memphis Grizzlies is still fighting for some points here. They are losing the series currently to the Los Angeles Lakers 3-1.
Oh, that'll make you happy.
Yeah, in case you couldn't tell from that tone, I am not a Lakers fan. But that's okay. I enjoyed the sports as much as I can watch them and how much I remember of them. On the other side, we've got the Bucks and the Heat. The Heat are leading that series 3-1. Then we've got the Knicks and
the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Thank you. Knicks and the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I'm thinking of the next one. The Knicks are leading that one 3-1. The 76ers have already clinched. They beat the Nets 4-0 for this series. So 76ers are just waiting to find out who their next opponent is going to be. And that is either going to be Boston or can't read my writing. I'm sorry?
The Atlanta Hawks.
The Atlanta Hawks. Thank you. Boston is currently leading that series 3-1. Giannis is not out anymore. He is back in. He's recently he came back last night, I think, and has been practicing and is playing tonight. So the 76ers are just waiting to find out if they're going to be playing Boston or Atlanta. With the way things are going, it looks like it's going to be Philadelphia and Boston for the conference finals, semifinals. Yep. And so as Mikey was asking about Giannis, I do have an update on that. First, before I get to Giannis, oh, come on. Banchero won the NBA Rookie of the Year award, the Key Rookie of the Year award, and he beat out, baby. He beat out Jalen Williams and Walker Kessler. He secured 98 out of 100 first-place votes. Is it Paolo? Banchero? Let's see. And he was playing. He played college ball for Duke, and now he's Orlando. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. All right. See, I have some of this. I'm still learning the insignias and stuff. It's been a very, very long time. So I apologize, folks. I am a little out of it today, but I am giving you the best that I can right now.
You're a rock star, Dory. That's why we love you.
You haven't been with me to karaoke yet, honey.
Oh. In due time. In due time.
Yeah, whenever I get to come down to visit, honey. All right. The latest update is that Giannis is expected to play in the next game, which I think is tonight.
Tomorrow.
I'm sorry, tomorrow night. Wow, I do not have my stuff together today. I apologize, folks. I can tell you right now, the Hawks and the Celtics are playing, and they just entered the first quarter, and the Hawks are currently leading the game 30-27, but it's only the first quarter, so there's still a lot of game time left. And then we've got the Suns and the Clippers are tonight, 10 o'clock Eastern, so 7 p.m. Pacific. And crossing my fingers that the Wolves can take down the Nuggets at least once more and go a couple more games. That starts at 9 o'clock Eastern time, 8 o'clock Pacific. So that game will be starting shortly after we go off the air. And that is tonight's games. Tomorrow, you've got the Knicks at the Cavaliers, the Lakers at the Grizzlies, the Heat at the Bucks, as well as the Warriors at the Kings. The Heat need to win to clinch the series. The Lakers need to win to clinch the series, as well as the Knicks. The only one that's a toss-up right now is the Warriors and the Kings. They are tied 2-2 for the series. Really, Zach? You want to get the open mic night crew down to New Orleans?
Everybody's got to come to New Orleans.
Sooner or later, we will make it to New Orleans, I'm sure.
Body shots for Jeff.
Now, I didn't have any graphics done for this one, but I did look briefly at women's basketball. So the WNBA just had their draft. I don't have those draft results because it's something I'm still processing. Their preseason starts on Cinco de Mayo, so May 5th. We've got 12 teams for the women's basketball. The Atlanta Dream, Chicago Sky, Connecticut Sun, Indiana Fever, New Jersey Liberty, and Washington Mystics are your teams for the East. And in the West, we've got the Dallas Wings, the Las Vegas Aces, Los Angeles Sparks, Minnesota Lynx, Phoenix Mercury, and the Seattle Storm. As I said, their draft was on April 10th. They start training camp on the 30th of this month, preseason on the 5th. The regular season starts May 19th, with their playoffs expected to be September 13th, begin September 13th.
That's a really quick season.
Yeah, it is a short season, but we will bring you all the highlights and scores and what's going on with women's basketball as we get started with them.
Go Mercury.
No, go Lynx. We're going to go Lynx.
Well, you had Simone Augustus, so that's okay. I'll live with that. You had Simone Augustus and Maya Moore, so.
Well, I'm just going off the fact that they're Minnesota and I support Minnesota teams. So there you go.
Fair enough.
I can't apologize for that one. Let's see. So that brings us to.
Wait. So does that by default make you a Lakers fan too?
If the Los Angeles Lakers were still in Minnesota, that would make me a Lakers fan. However, they're in LA, and we now have the Minnesota Timberwolves. So next to Lakers.
Fair enough.
Okay. Hey, just keeping it real. Just keeping it real there. All right. Then we've got coming up next. Sorry, guys, if I'm kind of running through this. I know there's other things going on, so we will keep things moving as best as we can. Next, we've got up our Major League Baseball, and I believe Mikey sent the stats out for this one already. These are our current standings. You got Tampa Bay. I believe Mikey told me they have only lost 2 games so far this season. They are doing a phenomenal job so far. Let me find that. Whew. And surprisingly, I say this surprisingly because I haven't followed baseball in many, many years until I got involved with a fantasy league Lord help me. However, I have beat one of the guys in my league head to head twice now. And he's not happy about that. But
Yes,
that's
you
okay.
have.
It's okay. But I'm looking at the divisional stats also. Tampa Bay is number 1 for the league overall. Minnesota is number 10 in the league. However, they are the top of their division with 13-10. I'm quite happy about that. Of course I am. I'm a Minnesota fan. So here we go. We've got Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Atlanta, Milwaukee, Texas. The New York Mets, Toronto, the Chicago Cubs, and Minnesota are your top 10 for the current league standings, followed by the Yankees, Arizona, the Dodgers. Don't we have 2 LA teams? Oh, yep, there's the Angels. They're down the ways. Houston, Miami, Boston, San Diego, the Los Angeles Angels, Philadelphia, and Cleveland, rounding out the top 20. The Dodgers and the Angels are both okay. Between 11 and 20, you got the Angels and the Dodgers. Who's the better team? It depends on who you ask. Because I know we have Dodger fans in our production team, and I know Stat Boys and Angels fans. So it will always be, oh, that's right. The Angels are now from Anaheim, not LA. My bad. Sorry, JJ. Thank you.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, they're still listed as the Los Angeles Angels, but they're actually in play in Anaheim, or their home field is actually Anaheim, not Los Angeles. So why not the name change? Because people don't know where Anaheim is unless you're talking about Disneyland. I don't know, or you live out there. But yes, the Angels are actually Anaheim. Then we've got rounding out our league, we've got the Seattle Mariners, San Francisco 40. Nope. I just went baseball. Sorry. San Francisco, St. Louis, Detroit, Cincinnati, Washington, Chicago White Sox, Colorado, Oakland, and good old Kansas City is not doing so hot so far.
Poor Royals.
Poor Royals. Yeah, they are 5-18 currently. 5-18. We've got a couple of games going on right now. The Yankees and the Twins are playing, and currently they are at the top of the second, with the Yankees went ahead by 1. The Rockies and the Guardians are in the top of the 8th, with the Rockies leading that one 5-1. The Boston Red Sox and Baltimore Orioles are at the just ended the 5th inning. Boston's got that one 7-1 currently. The Dodgers and the Pirates are in Pittsburgh playing the Pirates. They're at the top of the 6th. The Pirates have this one so far 7-3. At the top of the 5th, we've got the Houston Astros and the Tampa Bay Rays. Currently, the Astros, yes, you can laugh at that. I still call them the Trastros. They are currently leading this game 5-0. You've got your Texas Rangers and Cincinnati Reds at the top of the 6th. Rangers currently have this one 6-0. One of my other teams that I have followed off and on for many years, because I was a big Ken Griffey Jr. fan for a very, very long time before he ever went up to the majors, and he played for the San Bernardino Spirit before they became the San Bernardino 66ers and changed allegiances. Mariners are currently top of the 6th, and they're leading 2-1 against the Phillies. I got a few more games going here for you. Okay, more than a few, because there's a lot of baseball going on all the time during summer season. At the bottom end of the 3rd, we've got the White Sox and the Blue Jays. Blue Jays have that one 3-0 so far. We're in the middle of the 4th inning for the Nationals and the Mets, and the Nationals have this one so far 2-0. Middle of the 4th, the Marlins and the Braves are tied at 1. Top of the 2nd, the Padres and Cubs have no score. The only other game that we've got going right now is also in the top of the 2nd, and that's the Tigers and the Brewers, and again, no score. Several games starting later today. I get all my score stats and stuff off of ESPN. We will give you updates as we get them, or at least weekly standings. Stay tuned for more baseball. Thank you, Ryan. Hi, how you doing? All right, and I don't have anything else for baseball right now, except for go Twins.
Go Braves.
Yeah, I know they're the closest team for me. They're the closest professional team with where I live in Tennessee. I'm sticking with my Minnesota Twins. I haven't picked it. I'll stick with my Twins and my Mariners.
I'm still salty about Freddie Freeman. Jeff.
Explain.
They stole him away, and he didn't even want to go anywhere. His agent just measled his way in the door. It's like, yeah, you're going to LA, no more Atlanta for you, and you just got to deal with it. Okay.
Oh, we've got for the fantasy baseball league, I was the last person to do any of my picks. Again, not knowing too much or how to do these picks, I got a little bit of guidelines to go with. And Mikey, being the Angels fan, tried to pick up as many Angels as he could. He missed one, and I got him. And he's been doing good for me. So, Brad Renfro of the Angels.
He missed Mike Trout, too, and I got him.
I think you got to pick before he did, so that's why you got Trout. So, but hey, it's all good. But yeah, I've beaten Soggy Waffle Bottom or whatever his team name is. We've got there's some crazy people with our leagues, okay?
They're very creative.
Yeah, well, I've beat him head-to-head twice now, so we're going to keep that going. All
Wait
right.
till we get to fantasy football and you see my team's name. Oh, that's going to be fun.
Oh, well, I've got to play with that still and start doing some research, and I have to think of one. I'm sure I can come up with something. I usually do.
Oh, yeah.
All right. We're going to jump into our road sports, motorsports. It's time for some NASCAR where they're not always making a left turn, just primarily. We've got, they were at Talladega this past weekend.
Ouch.
Yeah, Talladega is actually a rough track, and there was actually some changes made post-race. It doesn't affect the top 10 race results. It affects some people's point standings from, I think it was just 20 back, but I will go over that.
That was a rough ending.
Yeah. So for the Cup Series, the Sunday race, Kyle Busch, who I am actually cheering for after trashing him for years because he's on Richard Childress Racing Team, he took first place in Talladega, so I'm very happy about that. Ryan Blaney second, Chris Buescher third, Chase Briscoe fourth, followed by Brad Keselowski, Eric Jones, William Byron, Christopher Bell, Daniel Suarez, and Todd Gilliland. That's your top 10 finishes for NASCAR. Like I said, the changes do not affect the top 10 finish for the series for that race. However, there's been a few changes. Let me see if I can find it again real quick. Excuse me. Of course, I just had it and lost it. Well, there was some issues because there was a caution flag thrown after the white flag was out for the finals, for the end of the race.
Yeah.
And there was some question on what position some of those drivers were actually in when that caution flag came out. So they actually went back several hours later, reviewed everything and changed the standings and the points on, like I said, I believe it was starting with the 20th finish through the 30th. So it did not affect, again, your top 10 finishes, but it does affect a few people in the points race. but we're going to cover that next weekend because I did not do that one because of all the changes going on. I did not get all my notes together to get that update for you. We also had the Xfinity series. If you can bring that graphic back up, please. Xfinity series, again, everybody had fun. I think, we have our current standings too. Wonderful. Our current standings for each series. We're going to go ahead and start with the Cup Series, your Sunday race. Kyle Larson is currently running in first place. Kyle Busch second. William Byron third. Christopher Bell has dropped to fourth. He's been holding the first. He's been in the number one ranking for a few weeks here. Tyler Reddick fifth. Joey Logano sixth. Yeah, well, we can knock him out altogether, and I'd be quite happy with that. Let's see. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Ross Chastain, Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr., Ryan Blaney, Alex Bowman, Denny Hamlin, Brad Keselowski, and Chris Buescher round out your current point standings drivers for these Cup Series. These are the drivers that will be able to, so far, these are the drivers that can go on for the championship at the end of the season. Hi, Joss.
Hello, Josh.
Yeah, Blaney came in second on Sunday. Sorry, he lost to Kyle Busch. Sorry about that, but what I saw was a good race. The few highlights that I got to watch. We're going to jump over to Saturday's race, the Xfinity Series. Their current rankings start with Austin Hill. Give me just a second. Austin Hill, John H. Nemechek, Chandler Smith is in third, with Riley Herbst in fourth, Josh Berry, Justin Allgaier, Cole Custer, Sheldon Creed is eighth, Sammy Smith is ninth. We've got this says Cole Custer ninth, but what I'm looking at currently said, so I might have a more current update. I'm not sure since this was posted or handed over. So I have Cole Custer seventh, Sheldon Creed eighth, Sammy Smith is in ninth, and with Daniel Hemrick in 10th. Parker Kligerman is 11th, with Sam Mayer taking up number 12.
Yeah.
These are, I'm sorry?
That's right.
Yep, that's where your current 12, your 12 drivers that are in it for their points championship. And let's jump over to one more, the Craftsman Truck Series, Fridays again. These are fun races to watch. I don't think I could drive a truck like that. I know I could drive a car like that, but not a truck like that.
That's hard. That's got to be rough on your body too.
Oh, I'm sure. I know. I'm also just some of the trucks I drove casually when I was doing auto transport in California before I moved out here. I would not want to take some of those trucks driving like that. I'd be afraid. All right. So number one for our truck drivers is the number 98, Ty Majeski. Number 2 is Zane Smith. Number 3, Ben Rhodes. Number 4 is Corey Heim. Christian Eccles is in 5th, with Grant Enfinger in 6th. I always stumble over his name. Sorry, Grant. I'll work on it. Number 8 is Matt Crafton. Number 7 is Matt Crafton. Sorry, I'm skipping numbers now. 8 is Tanner Gray. 9, Matt D. Benedito. I will work on that too, Matt, because I've been following you for a few years when you were actually in the Cup Series. I know how to say your name. We'll get there. And number 10 right now is Chase Purdy. So I have a different update than what was submitted previously. I apologize for that. This is my updates are coming off the current NASCAR. The updates I'm actually looking at are on the current NASCAR page. And we will keep bringing you updates weekly as NASCAR continues.
Yep.
I like my left turns. I like my road rate, the road tracks. but they get a little boring because they get so narrow that you don't have a choice but to line up. There's no really chances of crashes unless somebody loses control and goes into the rain barrels.
I thought you were going to say you like your road rage, but who doesn't?
I like to road rage. That's why I love one of my favorite video games is Burnout.
Right? Thank you. all this Need for Speed. No, it's
no. I don't need GTA. I don't need any other. Just give me good old Burnout.
Yes.
And I'm a happy girl. All right. Our next race is coming up in Dover this weekend. We'll have updated stats and stuff for you for that next week on Tuesday, which, by the way, Stat Boy is supposed to be back next week. Okay. So following that, I believe we're jumping into football, starting with the XFL. They are in playoffs right now, and we are getting ready we are actually at their division championships with the Arlington Renegades taking on the Houston Roughnecks. Bad Dory. Arlington Renegades at the Houston Roughnecks to determine the South champ, and the Seattle Sea Dragons at the DC Defenders to determine your North champ. The winners of those games will battle it out. I believe it's in 2 weeks. I lost my date.
You're right. 2 weeks.
Yes. So 2 weeks from Sunday, they will have the. Thanks, Ryan. They will be battling out 2 weeks from Sunday to see who is the 2023 XFL championship. I haven't gotten to watch games because of work schedules, but I'm really hoping people have been enjoying the XFL and we're going to see this continue. I don't mind having football all year round. I love my football. So, Zach, do you have any feedback? What do you know on our how is our XFL teams? Who do you think is going to win? Did I lose you, Zach?
I'm here.
I was asked. I'm sorry. I forgot. I keep forgetting you're at work. On the XFL, who do you think is going to? Who are we going to see going to the championships?
Defenders.
Defenders going to take it?
They're going to win it all. Of course.
They're going to win it all. Yep. Okay. Well, considering how much this man knows when it comes to at least fantasy sports, I mean, if you see his hashtag fantasy goat, he's won many fantasy league stuff for various sports.
11 fantasy football championships, 1 NBA title that I won this year, and what else? I'm going for hockey and baseball currently, so we'll see.
All right. Well, since I've only caught highlights of and what I've been able to pick up on the new stuff, so I'm going to go with Zach and say go Defenders.
Oh yeah.
He usually knows what he's talking about. Usually.
I'm ready.
Oh, all right. Roughnecks fan now. Thanks. Well, I'm happy to entertain. I am an entertainer at heart, so we're just working on sports entertainment now. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Moving on to the USFL.
Go Breakers!
All right. We've got your week 2 results here. Starting with the Houston Gamblers at the New Orleans Breakers. Of course, Zach's going for the Breakers. I mean, he's in New Orleans.
Of course.
The Breakers are currently 2-0. Then we've got the Memphis Showboats at the Birmingham Stallions. And Birmingham Stallions took that game 42-2. So I'm wondering if Memphis even showed up. And I mean, yeah, I'm in Tennessee, but do I want to say go Memphis when they're 0-2 right now? I'm not sure about that. Then we've got the New Jersey Generals and the Pittsburgh Maulers. The Generals another one. Did the Maulers show up? The Generals just kind of marched all over them, 20-3. The Generals are 1-1 with the Maulers at 0-2. The Michigan Panthers at the Philadelphia Stars. Panthers 24-10. Well, at least the Stars glittered a little bit, right? The Gamblers are apparently a losing bet, so go Breakers. So with that, you can kind of pretty much see your current standings. You've got for the North, the Panthers are 2-0, Generals and Stars are 1-1, the Maulers at 0-2. For the South, we've got the Stallions and the Breakers are 2-0, the Gamblers and the Showboats at 0-2. Now, one of the things the USFL does that I did not notice with XFL, and I will try to pay more attention for this when we go into NFL, they have players of the week for offense, defense, and your special teams. Your offensive player of the week is a former Pro Bowler, but he never actually played on the field. He was either the off-seasonal or practice squads. For between 18 and 21, he was with Seattle, he was with Jacksonville, he was with Houston, and then he finished back in Seattle. He was a 7th-round draft pick for Seattle, and actually played college ball at Florida International. He got 4 touchdowns, quarterback, 4 touchdowns and 302 yards for the Birmingham Stallions. So he is your offensive player of the week. For defense, we have Frank Ginda, if I'm saying it right, I hope. If I'm not, I apologize.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. Linebacker for the Michigan Panthers, 10 tackles with 1 apparently spectacular interception. He played college at San Jose State. Again, off-season practice for Arizona, Miami, briefly in 2019 for San Diego Fleet. That was the AAF, which did not last for very long. In 20 for New Orleans, as well as the Guardians for the XFL. And he's since 22 has been with the Panthers here. Excellent game. Apparently, I need to go back and watch that interception. I guess it was spectacular. Last one we have is our special teams player of the week. We've got from the Gamblers. I mean, you've got a special player on a losing team, and his team lost this week. So that's okay, though. Anthony Ratliff Williams, who is your kick returner. He returned 74 yards on 3 different returns, averaging 24.7 yards per return. And he is out of North Carolina. He was there from 15 to 18. This is as close as he's gotten to professional. He's with the USFL, and we'll see what this means for him for a possible future with NFL. He's a young one, and he may have a good shot ahead of him. I have for week 3 lineup. Week 3 for the USFL, you've got the Breakers at the Stallions, the Showboats at the Gamblers. I think on this one, I'm not going to bet on the Gamblers. I'm going to go ahead and support Memphis because I am in Tennessee. Works for me. Then we've got the Maulers at the Stars, and then the Generals are going to be marching against the Panthers. We'll see how that goes, and we'll have those results for you next week. On to the NFL. Thank you, Ryan. You are so appreciated.
Thanks, Ryan.
In the NFL, the official draft is Thursday. The official draft is Thursday. But this is what we're getting already. The Jets are getting Aaron Rodgers. Good luck to you, Jets. They're getting a number 15 pick and a 2023 5th-round pick, which is going to be, number 170? The Packers are getting a number 13 pick, a 2023 2nd-round pick, a 6th round, and a conditional 2024 2nd-round pick that becomes a first if Rodgers plays 65% of the plays. So that means he's got to be in at least half the games for starters, at least half, and not have to have a backup come in. Correct? So, big changes coming. We don't know who the Packers are going to take yet. There are, of course, tons of rumors since the draft is coming up. You've got your various prospects. I've seen multiple mock drafts on what the alleged experts are thinking that are going to happen. We'll have those results, the draft results for you next week, since they are happening this Thursday, so 2 days from today. There's going to be a lot going on, and we'll cover it for you as best that we can. All right. How we doing? We're good so far.
Very good.
Very good. Very good. We've got one more sport we're going to cover. We're going to make sure we get our plugs in here for everybody. We've got our Stanley Cup playoffs work in the works here. NHL, go hockey. My Minnesota Wild are still in there. I'm so excited. Again, if you missed it, I'm a Minnesota fan. I actually have a Minnesota Wild flag hanging in my bedroom, as well as a Minnesota Vikings flag hanging in my bedroom. I just haven't acquired one for the Timberwolves or the Twins yet, but that will happen soon, and then I'll just have to figure out placement. My room's kind of small. Let's see. No definitive moving on to conference finals yet. We are, we are still in the first round of playoffs. Get my words straight here.
Yep.
The Wild and the Stars are currently playing Game 5, and they are still in their first, with the Stars leading 1-0. Currently, this series is tied 2-2. I'm going to say it again. Go Wild. The Avalanche and the Kraken play tonight, 9:30 Eastern Time. They are also tied 2-2. And I'd kind of like to see the Kraken take out the Avalanche, because I'm just not a fan of Colorado teams, but we're not going to get into that. We'll see what happens, but I mean, 2-2, we got a fair shake here, right? The Oilers at the Kings are also 2-2 for the series, and they are playing. Let me back up a little bit. The Kraken and the Avalanche are tomorrow night. The Kings and the Oilers are tonight. And then we have the Jets at the Golden Knights on Thursday. The Golden Knights are leading this series 3-1. Jets, get your butts in gear and get those Golden Knights out of there. Please, and thank you. On the other side, in the East, we've got the Bruins versus the Panthers. Boston is leading this one 3-1. They play tomorrow at 7. The Maple Leafs at the Lightning. Toronto's leading this one 3-1. On Thursday at 7, the Hurricane and the Islanders. Carolina Hurricanes currently are leading 3-1. Game 5 is live right now in the second, and the Islanders are currently winning 2-0. What happened, Hurricanes? Come on. And then we've got on Thursday night at 7:30, the Devils at the Rangers. They are tied 2-2. Who's going to the playoffs? Well, I know who I'd like to go see go to the playoffs, but I'm an eternal optimist. I'm pretty sure we're going to see Boston in there. Who are they going to be facing?
It's on neither of us.
Boston's going to win it all.
Boston. Well, I can see that. Boston's going to win it all, but who are they going to be fighting against in the West?
Wait. Boston's going to win it all if they don't kill themselves with penalties first.
I know. Penalties are killing us. Penalties are killing everybody. Our fantasy league is, oh my gosh. We got some.
I almost got negative 60 points because of that shit.
I got a negative 48 points because of that. So, but this is the first time our fantasy league director has been running a hockey fantasy league. So we're giving him a little bit of a learning curve. I'm learning with him too. So we're working things out still. And I've already made suggestions for him for next season on how to run, suggestions for how we handle the playoffs. We'll see what happens when we get there. It's a work in progress.
Right.
Just like we all are.
We're just here for the entertainment. That's all it is.
Exactly. For the gets and giggles. For the gets and giggles and keeping a smile on our faces and staying informed and staying positive. All right. So now Bruins, we're expecting the Bruins to take it all. Who's going to take it though for the West Conference? Who's going to be their competitor?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Oh my God. My gut says I don't know. somewhere in my body wants to say Colorado, but I know that's going to piss a lot of people off in our group.
I know. I have a feeling. I have a feeling it's going to be either Colorado or the Golden Knights, although I'd really like to see Minnesota go. Of course, I do because I'm the big Minnesota fan, right? But reality is I'm expecting it to be either the Avalanche or the Golden Knights. Any other thoughts on that? Please feel free to share. Ryan, yeah, it is going to be weird seeing him wearing a different jersey. As for what number he's wearing, I don't know if that's been announced. It would not surprise me if he's wearing the number 8.
Yeah, he's wearing 8. Joe Namath told him he can wear 12, but he's like, no, I want to start my own legacy with the team, and I want to wear the jersey I wore in college, so I'm going with number 8.
Okay, well, there you go, Ryan. And Favre, actually, it's interesting. Favre did not want to retire with the Green Bay Packers. He actually wanted to retire with Minnesota, but the Packers weren't going to let him go. So that's why Favre played an extra 2 years. I believe he went to Indiana, and then he went to Minnesota. I'm drawing a blank on it. But there was another team he went to before he got to go to Minnesota because...
He went to the Jets.
What? I'm sorry?
He went to the Jets first, right? Yeah.
I don't recall. I mean, I can pull it up.
Green Bay Jets, Vikings.
Green Bay Jets, Vikings. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, he did not want to retire as a Packer. He wanted to retire as a Viking, and the Packers weren't going to let him go to the Vikings. So he had to take a detour to get there. They didn't get a Super Bowl while he was there, but I think he got what he wanted. He got to retire as a Minnesota Viking. My mom had mixed feelings about that. She's a Green Bay fan, and I'm a Minnesota fan, and well, it is what it is. Football season, actually just about any sport that any of my friends and family follows, even our producers and our other panelists within the show, sports get really interesting because nobody follows the same team. We all have our favorites. All right. JJ, did you want to do run plugs before I do a positive?
We can do that.
All right.
So unfortunately, news just broke that Talk Wrestling for this evening has been canceled. Unfortunately, there were scheduling issues. Jeff took his son to his dentist appointment today, and the dentist had scheduling things going out of whack. So unfortunately, that won't be happening tonight as it was supposed to. However, tomorrow over on the Casa D18 Studios side of things, we have our Renegades review for 8 Mile. And then tomorrow evening, Jeff will be doing the No DQ recap and rankings for AEW Dynamite, since Aaron Rift is on vacation over on the No DQ side of things. And then, of course, this coming weekend will be another edition of Open Mic Night, and we'll be discussing the new championship that was unveiled on Raw last night, along with any other topics that have come up over the course of the week that we deem newsworthy. So make sure you guys tune in for all of that.
All right. Thank you, JJ. Okay, so as we, yes, Zachary. Yeah, there you go. So the Zachs have something in common.
I approve that message.
So friend Zach, son Zach, you guys are good. Stat boy approved, definitely. We try to make sure we get just a positive out there for everybody every week. Have a great night. Thanks again, Ryan. So this is our weekly delight. Again, we want to just share that positivity, spread some smiles, maybe gets the thought process going of more positive thinking out there for you. And this quote came from Dwayne Johnson. Hey, I get to use a Dwayne Johnson quote. And I just lost it. Sorry, guys. It was a beautiful quote, and my phone just flipped on me. All right, we're going to switch up. This says, and this is a great message in helping to stay positive. So I'll have my Dwayne Johnson quote for next week. I didn't save it like I normally did. Don't chase success. Decide to get better every day. Do great work and success will find you. There are stepping stones every way. Be consistent. Pull yourself back up and keep trying, because you're going to have a lot of failures before you get there. But just remember, this is all on your path to success. And keep smiling and make people wonder what you're up to. With that, if you, Zach, do you want to throw out your where we can reach you at?
Follow me at Fluffy Madden God on Twitter, DJ Bayside High on Instagram. Ladies and gentlemen, this Thursday is the NFL Draft. And join us next week as we break it all down along with all the other sports on the show.
Definitely. Statboy will be back next week. You can catch me and my partner bartender here at Hathaway Lou and at LB Stat Kid 1977 on the Twitter. Drop us a line. Let us know if I missed something, if there's something you want us to cover, and we'll be happy to get that to you. With that, folks, stay entertained, keep that smile on your face, and keep them wondering what you're up to. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Tip your bartenders and have a great night.